Let's get back to jobs for a moment because that was a surprising jobs report on a number of fronts. Our Brian Cheung has been sifting through the numbers to try to sort of tease out some additional themes, and he joins us now. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Julia. I've had a luxurious 34 minutes to look over the jobs report, and obviously a lot going on when you consider that blockbuster number that we got on the top line, 678,000 non-farm payroll ads and another 92,000 jobs in terms of revisions to December and the January reports. But what's really important is what you noted earlier at the top of the show, Julie, which is the compositional effects that have really benefited a lot of those low-wage workers as employment in leisure and hospitality remains in focus. And this is specifically benefiting some of these more marginalized groups, which have historically taken longer to recover out of previous recessions. And I want to cast the light specifically on Black employment. Now, when you take a look at the unemployment rate, it actually ticked down to 6.6%. That's down from 6.9% in the month of January. But important to note that the unemployment rate can decline for not good reasons sometimes. One example being people being discouraged from work or searching for work, and that could drop out of the denominator. That would bring unemployment in a different direction. But what we actually saw was that the employment to population ratio ticked up 58.1%. That's 0.4% of a month-over-month improvement. And that shows you a more raw look at just the amount of people that are Black that are working against the whole total Black population. So that number ticking up shows you that this is very much good for that group. And then the same story in the Hispanic and Latino group, which has also historically had a tough time in economic recoveries. Unemployment rate at 4.4%, a marked decline from the 4.9% that we saw in the month of January. And again, same story. Employment to population ratio actually ticking up to 63.6% compared to 63.2%. So again, this is a very important story within the context of a full labor market recovery. It was worried in previous cycles that if you start to hike interest rates or pull the plug on monetary stimulus too early, you'll leave a lot of these Black, Hispanic, in many cases, low-wage workers on the sidelines. But guys, I just want to note it's not all good across the board when you consider, for example, female unemployment rate remaining unchanged at 3.6%. You didn't see the same trend in the employment to population ratio, actually declining between January and February at 55.9%. Something very important to remember as we continue to watch jobs reports in the months to come, guys.
Yes, thank you so much for that additional context. Really helpful stuff, Brian. Appreciate it.